to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, breaking down the Raiders versus the Dolphins. Now let's look at Oakland's offense against the Miami Dolphins. You're playing a 3-4 defense, and the way you can effectively have some success against a team like Miami, you have to spread that defense out. The Raiders, by chance, we don't know if they're going to get Jacoby Ford back or even Denarius Moore back. So if these guys are able to return, then that's going to prove to be a huge added element to that offense. But right now you have Lewis Murphy and also Chad Schillings. So I would keep this defense in the spread formation. When I'm talking about spread, I'm talking about 2 wide receivers to one side, tight end, wide receiver to the other side, single back. What that is going to do is widen out that pressure, and now you can take advantage of the mismatches. You're going to either have a nickel corner on that slot receiver, or a safety, or a linebacker, and that is where you want to attack in the passing game. And it also takes one guy out of the box and gives you a better advantage of running the football, in which the Raiders want to do anyway. They want to stay with the run and throw when they have to, and teams are at the mercy of the Raiders' power running attack, and that offensive line is doing a great job of firing off the football. Now defensively, playing Miami, you have to protect inside out. The Dolphins do a great job of going down the hash, down the seams. If you protect inside out against the Miami Dolphins, you're going to allow yourself to get a lot of pressure on Matt Moore in that running game. And it's up to those interior defensive linemen of the Oakland Raiders to get pressure down that A-gap. If you're able to disrupt a spread attack or a running attack down the middle, it forces that running back to take that extra angle to belly out just a little bit more. And those outside linebackers are playing very good. Now you look at the Dolphins in this game. Offensively, I like what they were able to do against the Cowboys. Dolphins should have won that ball game if they can make a tackle on Tony Romo. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. Now you look at the offensive side of the football against the Raiders are an aggressive bunch. The way you can take advantage of an over-aggressive team, you have to get these guys going in one direction and going back the opposite way. What I mean, a lot of throwback screens, a lot of misdirections, counters. Get these guys to play as cerebral players instead of over-aggressive defenders, and that's why they're having a lot of success. Teams are not putting the Raiders in situations where they have to think. They're putting these guys in the exact situations they want to, just playing downhill and causing a lot of disruption. Now, defensively, when stopping Oakland, you look at what they do best. The Raiders are able to run the football. If I'm the Miami Dolphins, if I'm coming in against the Raiders, I'm crowding the line of scrimmage. What I'm doing is forcing Carson Palmer to make those consistent checks at the line of scrimmage. Remember, he hasn't had it the whole offseason. Force him to make those checks, force him to make those accurate pinpoint throws, and then you can come back later on in the game with a lot of zone blitzing schemes to fool him, to get yourself in position to create turnovers. So I would say press and play the run on the way to the quarterback. Play downhill until you're able to until Carson Palmer is able to prove that he can throw himself out of that tight coverage and make those checks at the line of scrimmage, because that's going to be vital against the Dolphins. X factors in this ball game. X factor for the Oakland Raiders is traveling out east to play Miami. You have to bring the running game. You have to play solid defense. So the travel is my X factor for the Raiders. X factor for the Dolphins has to be their ability to take away Michael Bush. If you could make this a passing game that plays right to the hands of Miami's strength, which is getting after the quarterback and playing solid coverage in one-on-one situations. I'm going with Oakland in this ball game. I actually like the way the Raiders are playing with well-balanced offensive attack, and a defense quiet as kept. They have the best linebacking core in the AFC West. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.